My name is William Afton. I'm the owner of Fredbear's Family Diner, and I'm recording this message to teach you a few things that might be important to you on this job. I'm actually doing this because back when I've opened this place, I was also the security guard. And considering this, I thought, who would be better to teach a new guy on the first week than someone who already's been on the job, right? Well, so, the first thing you should be aware of is about the animatronic characters. They enter in a free-roaming state during the night. Yes, we could just shut down their power during this period, but then their servos would just lock up after 1 or 2 hours. There are chances that the animatronics might try to enter your office, but they won't do anything to you. But it's still recommended to keep them away. You know, we have to preserve these things the best we can, because it's hard as hell to clean them. So, if you see one of them trying to approach you, just flash your flashlight on their faces. This should reset their systems and make them go away. Although, this doesn't work for Foxy. You shouldn't be worried with him for now. Foxy's the only character we can turn off for once in a while, and we turned him off today to preserve power. Also, the flashlight trick doesn't work with the puppet either. It's instead attracted by sounds, and that's why we decided to install a remote-controlled music box inside his gift box. As long as it's playing music, the puppet shouldn't go anywhere. However, the music box must be wound up from time to time. Otherwise, it will stop playing music. The puppet will leave his gift box, and then you know what happens. You can wind it up by accessing the camera 2B. There's an icon there saying Music Box. Just press it and hold it until the white bar is filled up. And I guess that's it. Just remember to check the cameras and to preserve the flashlight's battery. After all, we'll only provide new ones after you finish the night shift. I'll record you another message tomorrow. Good night. Hey dude, welcome to the second night. I actually thought that at this point you would have found a better job. I mean, not implying that this is a bad job, just it's not everyone's favorite. Also, I suggest you take a look at the cameras. The animatronics should become more active as the week progresses. Anyway, you might remember that last night I hadn't explained too much about Foxy. So, actually, Foxy works in a very similar way to the puppet. The difference is that instead of a music box, we've installed a sound player on his stage. You just access camera 1C and press the icon that says play sound. Since Foxy is quite a bit more sensitive to sounds than the puppet is, he should hear the difference from quite a good distance. The only downside is that every time you play a sound, you'll have to wait a little longer until you can play it again. We still don't know why this happens, but no security guard has complained about it yet, and I'm including myself in this group. Oh, another thing. I would like to remind you of how important it is to keep the puppet away. We have this character for just 2 weeks. It's practically new and we want to keep him like that. So, please don't forget to wind up the music box. Well, I guess that's everything you should know. If you have any questions, you can ask me tomorrow morning. I'll be there to take care of some important documents and bills. Damn, how I hate bills. Anyway, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Hey man, back again for another night at Fredbear's, huh? Yeah, speaking of Fredbear's, you might have already noticed that there's no Fredbear animatronic. You know, that yellow bear with a purple top hat from the logo must have came from somewhere, right? Well, we not only used to have a Fredbear animatronic, but also a yellow bunny one too. It was called Spring Bonnie. They were both very special characters. They could be used both as animatronics and as costumes, thanks to a spring lock mechanism that, once activated, would compress the animatronic parts and make enough space for someone to climb inside the suit. We used this when the animatronic parts had some sort of fault. Every time it happened, an employee climbed inside the suit so we didn't have to stop the performance. It would be the perfect solution for this kind of issue, if it wasn't for its great downside. If for some reason the spring locks became loose, the employee inside the suit would be crushed by the animatronic parts. Thankfully, it only happened once, and he managed to survive. I mean, he got tetraplegic, but he survived. Yeah, at this point we should have already retired these characters, but we only decided to do this after the bite. It was 2 years ago. It was the birthday of my younger child, Chris. My older child, Michael. He wasn't a good kid at the time. He's still not. Back in the day, he used to prank and scare Chris, and it wasn't different on that day. It was actually worse. Michael had placed Chris's head inside of Fredbear's mouth to scare him. The result? The animatronic had closed its mouth, and Chris died of head trauma. and it was all Michael's fault. I still get very depressed when I talk about it. But mostly angry, actually. Well, who cares, right? Yeah, I'm gonna stop for now. I'll talk with you tomorrow. Good night.
You have one new message.
Hey man. I wanted to say sorry for last night. I might have talked a little too much about things that you shouldn't really care about. But I'm good now. Yeah. So, just to update you, some of our customers have complained about the animatronic characters. They're having some really weird malfunctions, and they're smelling very bad, too. There was even someone who said Bonnie, his eyes were leaking some sort of dark liquid. We're going to send a checkup tomorrow, just to make sure some small repairs are done, clean up the animatronics. Last time we cleaned those things was in January, so they really need to be cleaned up again. Also, just for curiosity's sake, I'm not accusing you or anything, but do you know about anything that might have happened? You haven't messed with any of the characters, have you? Actually, I don't even know why I'm asking you. This is a recorded message, after all. You can't answer me, obviously. Well, I'll tell you tomorrow what they found. It's probably just a rotten slice of pizza that some pesky kid left in there. It already happened once. I'll keep you updated. Bye.
You have one new message.
Hey man, I got some really important news for you. So, do you remember what happened last week? The missing children? Yeah, we took a look at the animatronic characters, and guess what the technician found inside the suits? 4 bodies, 1 in each animatronic. There's still 1 child missing. And the cops have no idea where she is, but they're gonna search in here tomorrow, and they'll certainly ask a lot of questions. So, you don't need to come tomorrow. But if you come, don't expect me to record another message. I might not have time to do it, you know. Anyway, I have to go now. I've got quite a bit more things to do after what happened. I'll see you next time. Bye.